Hello everybody and welcome to this week's vlog. Hello everyone, and this week we start with the donkey, quite literally with the donkey. So I was in town yesterday doing my Christmas shopping and heck it was busy. Although I did get to use our brand new, I say brand new, it's been here for a couple of years, free park and ride service, which actually probably takes longer to get you into the city than it would if you parked and walked, but anyway, mustn't complain, after all it is free. And so I was walking through the high street. And what should I come across but a manger? Well, it is Christmas after all. And what should be in that manger? But two rather adorable donkeys. And I thought I'd share the nativity moment with you. Now, you'll have to excuse the fact that Mary and Joseph are not present. The lady who was tending the donkeys did tell everybody that Mary and Joseph were at lunch. So, there you go. Even in the world of the nativity scene setters, it still has to be lunchtime at some point.
Mary and Joseph will be back in a minute. Mary and Joseph, they've just got to have a quick bit of lunch. And then they'll be back.
Now, it's been quite an exciting, couple of weeks for sci-fi fans in the world of Doctor Who. But, we get loads of sci-fi stuff on our Netflix, and one of those sci-fi things is Torchwood, the Doctor Who spin-off, if you want to call it that. And I guess you can, because that's what it is really. Now Torchwood, I think from watching it through again, is one of those shows that grows on you slowly. And when you start to realise what Torchwood is trying to be, and what it ultimately succeeds in being, you realise that it was actually quite a good idea. And it's a shame that they didn't continue from the end of the last series, because there was the perfect springing off point for a whole new world of adventures. Transatlantic adventures, I should say, with Captain Jack and the team. But basically, I do like Torchwood, and the reason is basically this. It goes where Doctor Who doesn't dare go. It goes into very, very adult worlds. It's a lot darker, it's a lot riskier, it's a lot edgier, it's full of sex, and swearing and rudeness, but it combines all of that with hardcore alien tech, genuinely quite gory and freaky moments, it has to be said. There was one scene in the last one I've been watching where basically Death has come back to reclaim Earth, to put it quite simply, and he's starting in Cardiff. And basically, you've got this shot of one of the Torchwood team, his eyes completely black, speaking in a very weird husky voice in something that sounds like reverse Latin. It's like something out of The Exorcist. And for a moment there I thought, blimey, that's quite chilling. Because, Torchwood just pushed the envelope to the point where it was almost too much at times, but you still kind of accepted it and went with it. That was the second series. The third series that you may remember was called Children of Earth. It was a 5-part mini-series. I would have to say, out of all 4 series, and I'm including the Miracle Day series, which was essentially one long story told over 10, I think it was, episodes. The series that for me works the best is arguably the second series, really, because by then it had really got into its stride. And I think Torchwood is one of those shows that fits better the format of Monster of the Week, with an overarching storyline, of course, because, it meant they could be quite creative and playful, and, go where a lot of sci-fi shows don't very often go. So, good for Torchwood. I hope to see it come back. Apparently Russell T Davies, who of course created it, is busy with other projects at the moment, which is principally the reason why we haven't seen any new Torchwood. But I thought the collaboration between BBC America and the Stars channel was a good one, because of course it meant that despite it was really one story over 10 episodes, the budget for it was obviously much bigger, so the special effects were a lot better and bolder. Relatively speaking, of course. There was a huge cast. It was a really big TV event. And, if they could put that much sort of impetus behind it, to do that series. Just think where they could go if they did another 13 odd part series with like individual stories, not just set in the UK but global alien issues. That will be quite sort of cool, I think, for the sci-fi world. Bring back Torchwood, I say. Now, of course, very excitingly, Christmas is just around the corner, and we have now put our tree up. So I thought I'd share it with you because we did it this weekend, you see. We rearranged the front room, in fact, to a slightly different configuration. We put the TV on the wall, and we put some lights on, and put all the presents under the tree, and so on. I bought a rather natty new dish for our peanuts and nibbles. Including these little things, which I got yesterday. They are peanut crackers, and I've had them in nibbly bowls from Chinese and Japanese restaurants and various other things, but I'd never bought an entire pack of them. These ones are quite hard. I put one in my mouth and I'm like, ooh, that was unexpectedly tough. I had to suck it a bit before I could break the outer shell, but they're not bad once you acquire a taste for them. These ones, these green ones, these probably have these are definitely seaweed. Well, otherwise they wouldn't be green. But there's another one that's got kind of black pepper on it, I think. It's this one. It's sort of like a frisbee. Quite a nice, rich, savoury frisbee. Anyway, peanuts aside, let me show you our exciting and rather pretty tree. Now, do you think I'm going to show you the presents just yet? Well, that would spoil the surprise, wouldn't it? Besides, you'll see all the fun on Christmas Day. No, Christmas, for me, there's a magic about the morning of a Christmas when you wake up and everything's covered in snow in an ideal world, and you know, you go to the tree and you make a heck of a mess with wrapping paper all over the room, or we do anyway, and, you know, surprises reveal themselves. I remember when I was younger, back when I believed in Santa Claus, I have to say, although I did sometimes wonder, actually, how Santa Claus would fit down the chimney of the house I grew up in, because it's not a sort of an old-fashioned hearth, it's like a gas fire and a flue. So I wasn't quite sure how Santa got through the gas fire, but there you go. We sort of left a glass of whiskey and a mince pie, I think it usually, outside the back door for Santa to enjoy whilst on his rounds, which, if you think about it, would mean he'd be quite inebriated by the time he finished if everyone did the same thing. But anyway, when I woke up in the morning on Christmas Day, invariably, because, you know, when you're young, you know, you're excitable about stuff like this, and I woke up and I didn't open any of the presents yet. And I'd wait till later on for the, you know, the grand opening, so to speak, but I'd always go, and I'm sure, you know, you've all done this, haven't we? I'd pick a present out, and I'd shake it, but not too hard, and kind of size it up, and imagine what it might be. And I think this is amazingly absorbing from when I was young. I used to sit there and do it, you know, at least an hour, and then I'd be completely surprised by the gift. And sometimes I'd see something and think, oh, what's that? I have no idea. One Christmas, with a box so big that it wouldn't fit in Santa's bag. So Santa must have carried it in under his arm. Must have done. Or whether his reindeer must have helped him, you never know. Now come on, Donna, do your bit. So, basically, big box by my bed turned out to be a Commodore 64, which, as it happens, is my first ever computer, and I believe we still have it. In fact, yes, we do, with complete with the original basic programming books as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas, because I think it's one of those times when there's something to be happy about for everyone, isn't there? Let's be honest. Whether it's a nice turkey dinner or I don't know, just having a baby sham after lunch, or watching the alternative Queen's speech on Channel 4 or something like that. Anyway, here's hoping that everyone out there does have a jolly splendid Christmas this year. That, I'm afraid, is all we have time for today. However, thank you very much for watching, We'll see you again next week when Christmas edges ever closer. So whatever you're doing this week, have fun, won't you? And we'll see you again very soon. So, ta-ra for now.